Okay, we're now going to begin our auto tour of Boone Trace through Rockcastle County, right here on Highway 490 at the county line. Boone Trace, of course, was the first road ever into this part of the world and was hugely important not only to the founding of Kentucky, but the opening of the West. We hope you enjoy it. Of course, there was no bridge here in 1775. So Daniel Boone forded the river somewhere down there. And apparently camped in this area. The remains of John Stewart, his hunting partner in 1769, were supposedly also found in this area in the hollow of a tree. His initials J.S. were carved into the powder horn found with his remains. We follow Highway 490 here to Trace Branch Road, where Boone Trace goes up to the ridgeline. Unfortunately, the Kentucky Historical Society marker that was once here was damaged and is currently undergoing repairs. This is a photo of what should be standing here. Except for this road right here, there are no other roads in Rockcastle County that parallel the trace. So for the auto tour, we had to divert through the towns of Livingston and Mount Vernon and pick up the trace further up. All right, folks, now we're on a segment of Boone Trace on some private property here in Rockcastle County. And this is one of the places that many of the people say is a very spiritual spot because we know it's an actual segment of the trace that so many of our pioneer ancestors passed. And the thing about it is if you just be real quiet for just a little bit, you can almost hear the voices. You can almost see the faces. maybe even the clink of the metal. And they went right here down Boone Trace. Livingston is an extraordinarily interesting town and important to Boone Trace because even though it is not on the trace, it gives access to the trace. They have a great visitor center, kayak access to the Rockcastle River, the ford where the original Wilderness Road crossed the Rockcastle River just south of town, and it is also the headquarters for the Sheltowee Trace. It is a designated Kentucky trail town. And has a monument that commemorates the Wilderness Road, Boone Trace, Skaggs Trace, and tribal trails. Skaggs Trace, which preceded Boone Trace, runs through near here. From Livingston, we follow US 25 here into Mount Vernon, which is also not on Boone Trace, but allows access to it. The Wilderness Road, which forded the Rockcastle River in Livingston, actually passed right through here in Mount Vernon on its way to Crab Orchard, so it's related to our project. It's a very interesting town in and of itself and very well worth visiting. It was named after Mount Vernon, the home of George Washington. A great place to start would be right here at the History Garden. You can also visit historic Renfro Valley and the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame. From Mount Vernon, you get on the Old State Road near the town of Wildy, and it's a nice 20-minute drive along the actual Boone Trace. Okay, we're at the end of our auto tour of Boone Trace through Rockcastle County. It ends here at the Boone Gap Historic Site, which was the last of 5 gaps that Daniel Boone and his group had to cross into Kentucky. And it's right on the Rockcastle and Madison County line. Boone thought that the Kentucky Inner Bluegrass was paradise and where people needed to come. From here, they made it to the Kentucky River where they built Fort Boonesborough. Rockcastle County was quite mountainous, and there must have been great relief when they made it this far. This site is where the old 25 went around the mountain and has been made into a historic rest stop. A marker was placed here in 1915 by the Daughters of the American Revolution, commemorating the opening of Boone Trace in 1775. An actual segment of the original Boone Trace dirt trail is just behind the rock wall. We hope you've enjoyed your tour. We want you to learn the route, learn its features along the way, learn the story, and get out in your car and drive it. There's a free app called Avenza you can find on our website that can be downloaded onto your phone that will help a lot. For more information about the driving tour of Boone Trace through Rockcastle County, visit Mount Vernon Rockcastle Tourism, located in the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame building at 2590 Richmond Street, Mount Vernon, Kentucky 40456. Or the Rockcastle County Chamber of Commerce building at the corner of Main and Richmond Street in Mount Vernon. Or the Friends of Boone Trace website at www.boonetrace1775.com. Look for map number 1 on the website, which has to be read on a computer, and for map number 2, the Avenza app, which can be downloaded onto a mobile device.